After 60, your muscles don't recover like they used to. And most seniors have no idea that missing just a few key vitamins each morning could slowly drain the strength from their legs. By 65, you may have already lost up to 25% of your lower body power without even realizing it. That's why getting out of a chair feels harder, why stairs feel steeper, and why walking more than 10 minutes starts to wear you down. In this video, we'll show you the 5 most important vitamins to start your day with, ranked by how effectively they protect your leg muscles. Vitamin number 2. It doesn't build muscle, it reconnects the nerves. It helps your legs respond with precision again, easing that slow, unsteady feeling so many people over 60 quietly live with. These are science-backed nutrients, and every study is linked below. But before we jump in, where are you watching from today? And have your legs been feeling more tired in the morning or at night? We're replying to every comment, so let us know. Now let's begin with vitamin number 1. And chances are you've heard of it before, but never used it this way. Vitamin number 1, vitamin D3, the sunshine switch for muscle power. It starts quietly. Maybe you notice it when you're climbing stairs, your legs feel heavier, not sore exactly, just disconnected. Or after sitting too long, you stand and your knees hesitate. Not painful, just unfamiliar. For many older adults, this isn't just aging, it's a missing link. And that link is often vitamin D3. While most people associate D3 with bone health, what's often overlooked is its direct influence on muscle contraction. Think of it as a biological spark plug. It fires signals from your brain to your muscles, telling them when to move, when to rest, and how to recover. Without enough D3, those signals flicker. Muscles lose rhythm. The connection between intention and action phrase. The evidence is strong. In a major study on adults over 60, those with insufficient vitamin D were nearly twice as likely to suffer from muscle weakness and slower walking speed. Another randomized trial found that taking 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily improved lower limb function and grip strength within 4 weeks. That's because D3 doesn't just work on bones, it regulates how calcium is distributed inside muscle fibers. When balanced, calcium allows muscles to contract smoothly and relax without cramping. But when D3 is lacking, that flow breaks. Muscles stiffen, movement slows. Recent meta-analyses have shown that older adults with optimal D3 levels experience up to 22% improvement in lower limb function and a 19% reduction in fall risk. These aren't minor numbers, they reflect real, measurable changes in strength, safety, and independence. Helen, 74, had always loved walking. But in recent years, she'd grown cautious. My feet started feeling unsure, she recalled. I had to watch every step like I didn't trust my own legs. Her doctor ran some labs, her vitamin D was low. We started supplements, just one soft gel with breakfast. A few weeks later, Helen noticed a shift. I wasn't racing. She laughed, but I was upright, stable. I could feel the sidewalk again. The challenge. After age 60, your skin's ability to synthesize D3 from sunlight drops by over 50%. Combine that with more time spent indoors, long winters, or medications that affect absorption, and deficiency becomes common. Even foods like salmon egg yolks and fortified milk only provide modest amounts. That's why most experts recommend supplementation. For seniors, $1,000 to $2,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day is typically safe and effective. But the key isn't just dosage, it's delivery. Vitamin D3 is fat-soluble, meaning it absorbs best with meals containing healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or almond butter. Timing also matters. Take it with your largest meal of the day to maximize uptake. Vitamin D3 is like bottled sunlight. It powers your posture, helps you rise, walk, lift, and balance with ease. It doesn't announce itself, but it keeps your muscles alive, responsive, and in tune with your nervous system. When D3 is present, the music of movement flows gracefully, silently from your spine to your feet. So if your legs feel slow, your energy sags, or your balance feels off, it may not be just age. It may be light you've forgotten to carry. Strength isn't always built in gyms. Sometimes it's built at the breakfast table with one tiny capsule and one small shift that brings your body back to center. Step by step, spark by spark, sunshine from within. But even with strength restored and bones supported, some seniors still feel something is off, like the engine is running, but the wires are loose. You can have power, yet struggle to move with precision. That's because muscles don't work alone. They rely on clear, uninterrupted communication from your brain. And when that line gets fuzzy, movement falters. That's where our second essential vitamin comes in, B12, the quiet spark behind leg control. Vitamin number 2, B12, the nerve spark for leg control. It's one thing when your legs feel weak. It's another when they stop responding. You try to take a step, but there's hesitation. A pause. Your foot might drag slightly. Or your balance feels off, as if the chain between brain and body has unraveled. For many seniors, this isn't just about strength. It's about electrical connection. And one of the quietest reasons that link breaks down is a deficiency in vitamin B12. B12 is like a conductor's baton, small, unseen, but essential for coordination. It supports the formation and maintenance of the myelin sheath, the protective wrapping around nerve fibers. Myelin acts like the insulation on an electric cord, allowing signals to travel rapidly and efficiently from brain to muscle. When B12 is lacking, this insulation thins. The circuit shorts. And the command to move either arrives too late or gets lost entirely. Symptoms start subtly: tingling, toes, slight numbness, strange vibration sensations, or a sense of walking on cotton. Over time, however, B12 deficiency can lead to demyelination, a gradual breakdown of nerve protection, resulting in muscle misfiring, weakness, and gait disturbance. A study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that nearly 20% of adults over 60 have low B12 levels, with many unaware. That's because symptoms mimic normal aging until mobility or cognition is clearly impaired. Tom, 68, noticed it first on the stairs. It wasn't pain, it was delay, he said. Like the message had to take a detour. A blood test revealed borderline B12 deficiency. My doctor gave me a sublingual tablet melt under the tongue every morning. Within a month, Tom described the change. My steps got sharper. Like someone reconnected the wires. Absorption is the real challenge. After 60, reduced stomach acid makes extracting B12 from food much harder. Even with a diet rich in eggs, meat, and fortified cereals, older adults may absorb only a fraction. Medications like metformin or proton pump inhibitors worsen this by interfering with intrinsic factor, a protein essential for B12 uptake in the gut. That's why healthcare providers often recommend sublingual forms, sprays, or injections delivery systems that bypass digestion altogether. The standard dosage for seniors with low or at-risk levels is 500 to 1,000 micrograms per day. Sublingual tablets dissolve easily and are ideal for those with difficulty swallowing. They can be taken with or without food, but morning use is recommended to support energy metabolism and neuromuscular function throughout the day. B12 also supports red blood cell formation, preventing fatigue linked to oxygen delivery. B12 is not a stimulant. It's a circuit stabilizer, a signal restorer. It gives your legs their sense of timing, back not with brute force, but by re-establishing the dialogue between neuron and muscle fiber. Imagine turning static into a clear signal, confusion into precision, delay into response. If you've been feeling uncertain on your feet, noticing minor coordination slips, or sensing that your steps don't land as they used to, it may not be aging alone. It may be a missing molecule. A simple daily dose of B12 can help restore the conversation your body forgot how to have. One small tablet, one small moment, and a spark that says, Yes, I remember how to walk. Of course, even with strong signals and active nerves, your legs still need solid structure. And structure means bones, and more importantly, keeping calcium where it belongs. Because when calcium drifts into the wrong places, like soft tissues or arteries, it doesn't strengthen. It stiffens. That's why our next vitamin is often called the traffic director of your body. It guides calcium into your bones and away from your joints. Meet vitamin K2. Vitamin number 3. Vitamin K2, the calcium traffic director for strong legs. You've supported your muscles with vitamin D and reconnected your nerves with B12. But there's still one hidden cause behind stiff legs and joint pain that many people don't realize: calcium going to the wrong places. That might sound odd. After all, calcium is good for bones, right? Yes, but only when it stays in your bones. When it moves into places like your joints, your blood vessels, or even your muscles, it doesn't help. It builds up. It hardens. And that's when movement becomes uncomfortable or even painful. This is where vitamin K2 plays a key role. Think of it as a traffic officer for calcium. It guides calcium into the bones where it belongs and keeps it out of areas where it causes problems. Without enough K2, calcium can drift into soft parts of your body, making your knees feel stiff, your legs feel heavy, and your blood vessels lose their flexibility. Even if you're taking calcium and vitamin D every day, if K2 is missing, calcium may not be helping as much as you think. Inside the body, K2 helps your system use calcium properly. It acts like a helper, making sure that the calcium you take actually gets into your bones and doesn't settle into places that make movement harder. When this process doesn't work well, people often feel tightness in their legs, slow movement, or soreness that doesn't quite go away. Martha, 76, thought she was doing everything right. I was taking calcium and vitamin D for years, she said, but my knees still ached after walking, and the doctor said my arteries were getting stiffer. Her new doctor suggested adding vitamin K2. I started taking one small soft gel after lunch every day. About 3 weeks later, I noticed a small change. I wasn't shuffling when I stood up. My legs felt lighter, like my joints were finally cooperating. Science supports what she experienced. In one study, people who took K2 for 3 years had stronger bones and fewer fractures compared to those who didn't. In another study, older adults who added K2 to their daily routine had better blood flow and less stiffness in their bodies. And the best part, the amount needed is small. Just 90 to 180 micrograms a day can make a difference. It works even better when taken with food that has a little fat, like avocado nuts, eggs, or olive oil. You don't have to eat strange foods like fermented soybeans to get it. A simple soft gel with your lunch or dinner is enough for most people. And it doesn't replace vitamin D. It works with it like a partner. Together, they make sure that the calcium you take ends up helping your bones, not hurting your joints. So if your legs feel stiff, your knees creak, or your walking feels harder than it used to, the problem may not be age. Calcium might be sitting in the wrong places. K2 helps move it back where it belongs, quietly, gently, and day by day. Think of it like cleaning up traffic so your body can move more smoothly. With time, your joints open up, your muscles relax, and your legs feel free again. Because healthy movement isn't just about strength. It's about everything working together. And when the right nutrients speak the right language, your body understands and responds one easy step at a time. Vitamin number 4, vitamin C, the collagen connector for leg tissues. You may know that vitamin C supports your immune system. But for people over 60, it also plays another important role, helping your body build the soft, flexible tissues that keep your legs working. Vitamin C is like the glue that holds your body's parts together. Without enough of it, your muscles, skin, and joints start to lose their smoothness. Movement feels rough. Support gets weaker. Vitamin C is essential for making collagen, a type of protein your body uses to build skin, joints, and the tissue around your muscles. Imagine collagen as the cushion between moving parts. When there's not enough joints rub, muscles feel tender and skin loses strength. It's like walking on old shoes with worn-out soles. Everything feels thinner, looser, and less stable. As you age, your body makes less collagen naturally. Even if you eat well, you may not produce enough. And because vitamin C is water-soluble, your body doesn't keep it in storage. You need new vitamin C every day, or your collagen-building process slows down. That's why vitamin C is like fresh fuel. It powers the quiet repair work happening under your skin, in your legs, and around your joints. Alan, 72, stayed active. But his legs were getting sore, even after short walks. "I thought it was my shoes," he said, but new ones didn't help. A friend mentioned collagen and vitamin C. So Alan started taking a 500 ml vitamin C supplement with breakfast. 3 weeks and my legs didn't ache like before. It wasn't a big change, but it felt like I moved better. Science agrees. A large study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that adults over 60 with the highest vitamin C levels had up to 3% more lean muscle mass than those with the lowest levels. Another 2020 study in Nutrients showed that daily vitamin C intake of 500 ml improved walking speed by 9% and leg strength by 11% in older adults after 8 weeks. These aren't magic tricks. They're slow, steady improvements that build over time. You can get vitamin C from fruits like oranges, kiwi, or strawberries. Vegetables like bell peppers or broccoli also help. But if your appetite is low or digestion isn't perfect, a supplement of 500 to 1,000 mg a day can be a reliable option. It works best when taken with food and plenty of water. Vitamin C won't solve leg pain overnight, but it gives your body the tools to repair the parts that hurt. Think of it like restitching a net bit by bit. It brings strength back to the weave. It reconnects the soft tissue web that holds everything in place. If your legs feel sore, your skin seems thinner, or walking is harder than it used to be, your body might not be broken, it might just be undersupplied. Vitamin C helps restore what time has worn down from the inside out. Not flashy, just steady strength. But even as your body starts rebuilding skin and muscle with vitamin C, there's one more piece that often gets left behind, something that decides how quickly your legs respond, how smooth each step feels, and how well your muscles obey your mind. Because movement isn't just about what your body is made of. It's also about how everything communicates. And that's where the next vitamin quietly steps in, vitamin B6. A helper you might not have heard much about, but one that your legs have likely been missing. Vitamin number 5. B6. The silent communicator behind muscle control. Sometimes your legs feel fine, until they don't. You're walking through the kitchen and suddenly, one foot feels slow, or your balance isn't quite right. Maybe it's not pain. Maybe it's hesitation, like your body is buffering, taking a second too long to follow your brain's command. This isn't just aging, it's communication. And one of the vitamins that keeps your nerves talking clearly to your muscles is vitamin B6. Think of B6 like the translator between your brain and your body. Every step, every grip, every time you lift your leg to climb a stair, these movements start as tiny electrical signals. But for the message to travel fast and clearly, your nerves need special helpers called messengers. B6 helps build those messengers. Without enough of it, the signals slow down, get fuzzy, or don't reach the muscles in time. It's like talking on a bad phone line. You hear part of the sentence, but the rest gets lost in static. For people over 60, this system runs slower. Your body absorbs less B6 as you age. Common medications like those for blood pressure or diabetes can quietly lower your levels even more. And when B6 drops, small things begin to shift. Your legs react a little slower. Your hands feel less steady. Your muscles twitch without reason, and nighttime cramps come more often. These signals are like the early warning lights on your dashboard. They don't shout. They whisper. Raymond, 78, noticed his legs didn't respond like they used to. It's not that they were weak, he said. They just felt behind. Like my brain said go, and my feet hesitated. After a blood test showed low B6, his doctor suggested a gentle supplement, 25 milligrams per day, along with some B6-rich foods like chicken spinach and bananas. I didn't expect much, Raymond admitted, but within 2 weeks, I felt more sure-footed. I didn't overthink walking. I just walked. Science supports that. One review in Clinical Interventions in Aging showed seniors with higher B6 levels had faster step time, better grip, and fewer falls. Another trial showed that just 20 milligilers daily helped reduce muscle cramps by 50% within a month. Why? Because B6 isn't just a nutrient, it's a spark. It connects your nerves to your muscles like flipping on a switch in a quiet room. You don't need high doses to feel the benefits. The usual recommended amount from food is 1.5 to 2 milligrams per day. For support, doctors often suggest 10 to 25 milligrams from a supplement, especially if you're on long-term medications. Good food sources include poultry, potatoes, tuna, leafy greens, fortified grains, and bananas. And because it's water-soluble, your body uses what it needs and gently releases the rest. If your steps are starting to feel delayed, if your fingers tremble more than they used to, or your muscles spasm without warning, don't ignore it. Your system might not be broken, just disconnected. B6 helps plug the nerves back into the muscles, like reconnecting an old cord into the right socket. Because movement isn't only about strength, it's also about timing. When your nerves and muscles finally hear each other clearly again, your body doesn't just move, it responds. Final message. You've just walked through 5 powerful vitamins, each one a quiet but essential player in keeping your legs strong, your muscles responsive, and your joints supported. From D3, guiding calcium into bones, to B6, helping nerves speak clearly to your body. These nutrients don't shout. They support. Silently, steadily, and from within. And no, it's not about chasing youth. It's about preserving freedom. The freedom to stand, move, bend, and walk without worry. Because the small struggles getting out of bed, climbing stairs, keeping balance, aren't just signs of aging. Sometimes they're signs of something missing. Something your body is quietly asking for. So if your legs have been feeling weaker, if soreness shows up faster, or if stiffness lingers longer than it used to, now you know where to look. Not at your willpower, not at your age, but at the fuel your body needs to keep rebuilding one step, one cell, one quiet vitamin at a time. And the best part, you don't need to overhaul your life. Just start simple. Add a D3 soft gel with breakfast. Slice up an orange for lunch. Stir leafy greens into dinner. Maybe take a small B6 capsule before bed. Small steps. Real food. Smart support. Your legs are still listening. Your body still remembers. Give it what it needs, and it will give you strength in return. If this video gave you something to think about, give it a like. It helps more seniors find the support they deserve. And if you'd like to keep learning with us, subscribe for more tips like these, made just for seniors like you. No pressure, just a quiet way to stay connected. Because aging may be natural, but struggling doesn't have to be. And sometimes the most powerful change begins with something as simple as a vitamin, and something as profound as taking care of yourself again.